comes to Sean Diddy Combs, the line between hip-hop legend and headline magnate has never been thin. But August 2025 proved that the drama around Diddy isn't fading. If anything, it's intensifying. And this time, the gossip cycle wasn't built on music releases or luxury parties. It was fueled by courtrooms, lawsuits, and an industry struggling to decide whether to embrace or erase one of its most iconic figures. Now let's get one thing straight right from the top. As of September 2025, Diddy has not been convicted, sentenced, or sent to prison. Despite social media rumors and honestly a bunch of fabricated posts suggesting orange jumpsuits and prison mugshots, the reality is far more complicated. What actually dominated August were ongoing civil lawsuits, federal investigations that continue to cast shadows, and a deepening divide in how the public and the industry react to his presence. So what happened in August that reignited the fire around Diddy? Let's break it down. First, the lawsuits. Multiple civil cases alleging sexual assault, misconduct, and abuse remain active. Court filings in New York and California saw a flurry of motion hearings during the month. Attorneys sparred over evidence, testimony timelines, and whether some cases should proceed together or remain separate. Every legal motion becomes a headline, and August was no exception. Media outlets tracked deposition dates and legal maneuvers as if they were World Cup matches, and gossip blogs added fuel with speculation about secret settlements or sealed testimonies. While none of that has been proven, the coverage shows how much the story has captured attention. The constant tug-of-war over credibility, just added even more drama. Plaintiffs' attorneys are pushing for transparency, arguing that powerful figures really shouldn't be shielded. Meanwhile, Diddy's legal team insists that many of these claims are just opportunistic, designed to piggyback off all the attention. Every new filing becomes part of this broader cultural debate about power, justice, and honestly, celebrity accountability. Legal jargon spills over into hashtags, turning what might seem like procedural delays into things like Diddy stalling justice or victim silenced again. That cycle, from courthouse to headline to meme, just keeps the story alive long after it leaves the walls of the judiciary. Second, there's the business fallout. By August of 2025, Diddy's empire had really shrunk under the weight of all these allegations. Revolt TV, which he once proudly helmed, has now distanced itself. Key-Rock and DeLeon Tequila partnerships have faded away. Fashion connections are, a lot colder now. The industry seems to have quietly but firmly moved on. No new deals, no public endorsements, and definitely no surprise cameos. What's left, honestly, is just the shadow of one of hip-hop's most powerful brands. Yet, contradiction still exists. Insiders are whispering that some corporate leaders actually regret cutting ties so quickly. Not because of any moral conflict, but simply because Diddy's name, scandalous as it may be, still drives conversation. And in this attention economy, conversation often equals currency. Whether brands will ever gamble on that kind of volatile energy again, that remains the billion-dollar question. His catalog, meanwhile, refuses to die. Streaming platforms reported noticeable bumps in bad boy classics throughout August, not due to new releases, but because curiosity around lawsuits drove audiences back. Younger listeners who weren't alive during Diddy's peak now discover hits like I'll Be Missing You through TikTok edits tied to the headlines. Accusations tarnish reputation, yet also become a gateway to musical rediscovery. And then there's the family factor. Diddy's twin daughters, Jessie and D'Lila Combs, have been carving their own place in fashion. In August 2025, their rising presence contrasted sharply with headlines about their father. Fashion blogs and Instagram reels highlighted their modeling moments, fueling debate. Is the Combs legacy tarnished, or being rewritten through the next generation? Their polished appearances may provide a counterweight to the chaos of court filings, raising the question, can legacy be divided or salvaged through reinvention? The media spectacle amplified the story globally. From London tabloids to Caribbean radio shows, Diddy's legal troubles were framed differently. Some outlets portrayed cautionary tales of unchecked power, others emphasized his children's resilience, and a few speculated conspiracies. None hold water, but they show the cultural weight his name still carries. Meanwhile, public opinion is, well, really divided. Online hashtags are demanding accountability, while at the same time, threads are out there defending his contributions to music. Reddit forums are dissecting filings, Twitter threads are busy connecting dots, and Instagram comment sections under his daughter's posts are, just colliding with both sympathy and criticism. August showed that scandal can actually bury and resurrect a cultural figure at the same time. So, what does this mean for his future? As of now, Diddy faces no confirmed criminal sentencing, no prison time, and honestly no scheduled trial. His immediate reality is depositions, motions, and civil litigation. But in gossip space, that reality matters less than, well, imagery. Blogs and Twitter threads seem to prefer the drama of a jumpsuit over a conference room, making August a split-screen month, legally undecided, but culturally dominated by a narrative of downfall. Cultural erasure is rarely absolute. Even amid scandal, Diddy's name commands engagement. Whether it's outrage or nostalgia, fashion coverage of his daughters, or legal updates on lawsuits, the chatter just refuses to die down. His place in pop culture is being reshaped, redefined, and in some corners, repurposed. And that's the dramatic irony of Diddy in 2025. The man who once built an empire by being everywhere, the charts, clubs, runways, boardrooms, now finds his image controlled by court filings, gossip blogs, and unpredictable online energy. His return isn't through a Billboard comeback or surprise album, but through the relentless cycle of scandal that keeps his name alive even as his empire crumbles. So, when people ask if Diddy is done, the answer is complicated. As a business mogul, he's sidelined. As a legal defendant, his fight is far from over. But as a cultural figure, he remains impossible to ignore. That's the real August twist, not a dramatic fall into prison, but a strange survival in the spotlight, powered by controversy instead of celebration. And if history tells us anything, hip-hop icons bend narratives, even at their lowest points. Whether Diddy can do that again remains the question. For now, his story is still unfolding, and the world, love him or hate him, is still watching. If you want to stay updated on stories like this, where celebrity, culture, and controversy collide, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because this saga is far from over.